Let's bring in Saurabh Bharadwaj, former Minister of Health of Delhi, now a senior leader of Aam Aadmi Party, heading the Delhi unit as well. Saurabh Bharadwaj, welcome. You were one of the first people who went ahead, got that entire video out, showcasing how one tanker after the other was actually going around and trying to compromise the numbers in a way. I think compromise is the right word here. They're not really tampering with the numbers. They are just ensuring that the numbers you see don't add up. Now, why do you think that's happening in the first place? Even if the numbers are, say, below 400, it's as bad. Why do you think the government is really going after it?
I think the BJP government in Delhi, they are in a kind of a hurry to showcase that, look, they could do things which other governments could not do, and they do not have the real intent of solving the problems. Instead, they just want to create a narrative, and just because they want to create a narrative, irrespective of the health of the people, I think somebody has suggested them that you start, showering water over these AQI monitoring stations. And this started a long back, as soon as the government was formed, they tendered 6 more AQI monitoring stations, which were strategically placed at the campuses of engineering colleges, JNU, IGNU, the forest ridge area we have in Delhi, just so that the average AQI of Delhi can come down. We did a small press conference for that, but still, even after doing those things, the AQI was going up. And I think, in spite of the expose we have done and many other reporters have done, the practice still continues. So, Delhi government is not afraid of any expose. They believe that even if, out of 2 crore people in Delhi, 1 lakh people get to know that, we are fudging the readings, at least 1 crore 99 lakh people will look at these readings and say, yeah, actually the government is working. So, if you are cheated by anybody, you can go to the court, you can go to the police station, and the government will prosecute the cheater, the state. It is always state versus the accused. But what will happen to a country or a state where the state itself is cheating on the people, The state
so I have a
itself
couple
is
of
the
questions
cheater,
here.
You can't even prosecute
I have
them.
a couple of questions here, Saurabh.
So,
number one, sprinkling of water is an exercise that has been advised. They are supposed to do it all across Delhi NCR, right? So what exactly is happening if water is getting sprinkled on these meters? Can you explain that?
So I think for last many years it has been said that a large proportion of pollution which we see in Delhi is from the dust particles, okay? And because there is so much of vehicular movement and construction activities, so there is always suspended dust particles which form PM 2.5, PM 10, and which basically causes AQI to increase. So the practice which is recommended is that you do this sprinkling across Delhi on all the roads, so that this dust these dust particles do not, get into the air due to vehicular movement. So this is what is suggested. Now what the government thought that, why should we worry about the people or the dust particles across Delhi? Let's settle the dust particles right there on the AQI station. So when you have, launched your smog gun right on the top of the AQI monitoring station, what that smog gun is doing is, it is basically precipitating all the dust which is there around the AQI station, bringing it down, and the AQI station reading, if it is, let's say, 500, it will record it as 300. So when you say that Delhi's AQI is 400, I can say, with the kind of fraud and the fudging which is happening around on all the AQI stations, it must be at least 150 above what is being told by the government.
But Saurabh, that's your claim, right? That's your claim. What is the evidence behind this? What is the evidence behind this? Because if Delhi government,
No, the
there are how
evidence
many
is-
meters?
So I'll
there
tell
are
you
how
the
many?
evidence.
Just a second. How many meters are
yes,
there
so
all
I'll tell
across
you.
Delhi NCR?
So I'll tell you.
There are about
So-
6 by CPCB. There are another 30 that
So
are put
I'll tell
by
you.
the Delhi government. Then there are others also which have been put in. So there are about 40 overall. They can't be doing it all over, right?
Yes. They are doing it all over. They are doing it everywhere. They are doing it in Dwarka, they are doing it in Jahangirpuri, they are doing it at Anand Vihar, and they are continuously doing it, and they are not scared of anyone, you know. They are not scared of Supreme Court, they are not scared of India Today, they are not scared of Sonal Mehrotra, nobody. So they are doing it continuously. Now, understand this dynamics. You know, when you take your iPhone and on that weather app you check that AQI, even that AQI is now tweaked. It is also a fudged AQI because iPhone is basically picking up this AQI from all the meters which are set up by the government. So you can depend on some AQI readings. For example,
Okay, I'm not sure what the
US
scientific
embassy.
evidence there
They
is,
have
but let me take
categorically
that
said
question.
that they don't believe.
Let